Hello and welcome to Wealthy Money TV. Today we'll be talking about the importance of values and communication in terms of your brand. My guest with me today is author and life coach Fiona Juan. Welcome, Fiona.
Thank you.
Fiona, I've been reading through some of your blog posts and I noticed that you talk a lot about values. Now, I know in my e-course I mentioned the importance of values in terms of understanding how you're going to make money. But could you please elaborate on why values are important and why they're particularly important in terms of finance and financial well-being?
Okay, in terms of the values, the first time I heard about this, it was from Dr. John DeMartini. And I sat in his audience and he talked about earning in alignment with your values. Now, every money-generating profession that I have been part of in the last 10 years has always been a job that I loved because it was in alignment with what is in my highest values. So I always thrived, I always found work that was stimulating, and I was always handsomely remunerated for it. Now, in my current profession as well, I look at what drives my need for finance. My highest value right now is being a good mother. I want to be a fantastic example to my daughter. I want to teach her good financial values and I want to teach her good financial savvy. I want her to have a profession that she grows into and loves. So everything that I do speaks to that.
Yes.
How am I best teaching my child to be someone who is strong, stable, and financially healthy?
Wow, that's incredible. And have you seen how that impacts your finances?
Oh, yes.
And also, let's talk a little about spending in line with your values. Because I think most people understand that, okay, you need to make money in line with your values. But how does it work when you spend in line with your values? Because I love talking about that. Because I mean, you've got people that are talking about green and they go and invest in oil companies that are totally not about being green.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my book here.
Yes.
I published my book in December. It's called Just 1% Changes for Success. And it's an ebook. And people say, I love the romance of a printed copy. So I want to buy your book and I want you to sign it. And I thought, this is part of your value, that you value a written book that you'd love to open. And you want to spend money on that. And you're not spending money on an electronic copy. Whereas I refuse to cut down trees so that I can print Save the Trees on them.
Wow.
I know for a fact, and again in alignment with my highest values, that my daughter needs a planet to live on that is preferably not smog, enveloped.
Yes.
And that is an ecologically stable kind of planet to live on. And the impact that my electronic publishing is going to have today is that there will be 1,000 less printed books in circulation. And maybe a few more trees that will be in existence because of that.
Wow. I mean, that's really deep. That's incredible. But I also wanted to know, how do you think your values impact your personal brand?
Oh, I've wanted to change the world all my life. So my personal brand is about creating people who are happy when they wake up and happy when they sleep. They may not always have an easy life, but they approach it with a joy and a creativity and a resourcefulness that binds humanity together. And that's one of my highest values, to create this community that my child grows into and belongs to and is connected with.
Yeah. Fiona, you obviously knew your values from a very young age.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, they hit me in the face a few times.
That's awesome. Because my next question my final question to you is, how do you find your values? How do you determine what are your values?
Well, if someone wants to find out what they are, I have a wonderful tool.
Yes.
That's on my website.
Yes.
That's www.just1%.co.za. Use the contact form. Drop me a mail and say, I want to find out what my values are. I'll send you the tool. And you can do the exercise. You need to do a bit of introspection.
Yes.
And ask yourself the questions.
Yes. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for coming on, Fiona.
You're welcome.
It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. And how can people get hold of you?
On my website, as mentioned before. Otherwise, hashtag on any social media, just Fiona, and you'll find me.
Okay, fantastic. Everyone, thank you for listening and watching. Feel free to subscribe on Wealthy Money TV. Just press on the subscribe button and we'll see you next week. In the meantime, have a fantastic day. Namaste.